Don't restrict it. Allow the flow. It's energy flow, and it needs to flow freely. So it's to find peace with money. Make your environment beautiful. It's just what you want it to be. Find peace, love, joy. Offer love. And you're being called to action, but gently. When you call to action, do it gently with love and peace and joy. So soon the higher self raises to a higher vibration toward the full moon. The emperor grounding to know what exactly kind of love they want and starting to see the hand of God being offered to them. The Divine Masculine is becoming bored of control and ruling. The cards that came up were free yourself and pay attention to the red flags. So that has to do with synchronicities and messages. It's saying it's so important for you right now to follow your guidance. So pay attention to what's coming to you. The Divine Feminine is now being seen as the King of Pentacles. Okay? The King of Pentacles is mastering their finances. They're mastering their manifestation abilities. And so recognize that you're in your masculine, coming out of isolation, out of sadness, and that it's your masculine that helps you do that. You're coming out of sadness and loss to get over yourself, to get over it, the sadness and loss. So the Divine Feminine, their inner masculine, is now getting down to business. Go through looking in the mirror. So do your mirror exercises, feel into your body, ask your discomforts in your body what they need to feel loved. The masculine and the feminine self, talk to the self and find the light that works specifically for you. Okay, so and it goes back to the card of the Hermit in the Tarot of Sexual Magic, where he's holding a candle that's not lit. So light your candle. What's your specific inspiration? As you see in front of you, you see that one flame. What is your inspiration? So around us is the Tower. So this is going to affect more the Divine Masculine or the karmics in the Divine Feminine's lives. Lightning strikes and lots of small fires are now being put out, as the Divine Masculine recovers financially by giving and receiving from others. So he's going more into his feminine. Clear energy downloads about family wealth, needing to work very hard to be worthwhile, and also schooling to be worthwhile. These are old templates that need to be broken. Okay? You don't need to be ashamed of wealth. You don't need to work hard to be worthy. Actually, we're being told not to work hard, to stay present and allow. The universe is bringing you everything you need if you allow. Stop working so hard. It's not necessary. Stay present, allow, and just be in peace, love, and joy. So the numerology cards that came out during this read are change and perseverance. So it's about allowing the change. Don't resist it or block it, because then you're creating blocks. And be persistent. Don't give up. And they're both in the between the heart and throat chakras. Their perseverance is green and change is like more of a teal. So as you're moving up to the throat, just as I described what I was feeling this morning. So the past is burning quickly for new passion to grow as we continue to clear together. And that can be twin girlfriends to twin girlfriends, or it can be within the divine union. So the unions that are coming in now, they're going to do the last little bits of clearing together. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, and that's from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, are now done. He dumped his lesser half. And Leo energy was coming up as weak, is now part of the past because it was built on faulty foundation. And that's the weakness. No longer planning or strategizing lack of abundance by working too hard or the inability to focus on work. And just being in love, peace, and joy. And here we see, again, the pyramid, the 3 cups at the top of the 10 of cups. where the third cup is like the flyer. And this came up a few days back also. The example of the support system is like cheerleaders. You know, they always have the bases and the flyer. You have to have two bases in order for the top one to fly, to shine their light. Isn't that great? I love that reference. And Spirit's connecting with me. So the love, peace, and joy, the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, or Sophia, is the father and mother and child. And then I see in the card in front of you the Six of Flames. Below the Strength card and the Chariot card and the Judgment card are 5 more flames. It's showing us, just like I saw the ship blast off the other day, the 5 is conflict. That's that conflict energy that riles things up so that they can be cleared. But in this instance, you're seeing the 6 of Wands, which is all about success and attention and notoriety and having followers because you've done something right. You know, you followed your authenticity. So you need the conflict below, the 5 flames below, to rile things up. It's like the diamond under pressure. Attention of the King of Swords. So that's the blast off flame. And the King of Pentacles explodes into love. So now this is the King of Swords, is the divine masculine in his masculine, which then acts as a triggering effect or a chain reaction to the divine feminine as she becomes in her King of Pentacles. So now she's in her divine masculine as the divine masculine becomes into his divine feminine. But the two of these, right before that happens, the King of Swords plus the King of Pentacles, so right at the change moment, explodes into love, which is the King of Cups, the third king. But you need that 5 energy, that conflict energy, because it condenses or puts stress on the flame inside to make it come out, forces it out, which is inspiration. Okay, so that top flame you see in front of you is inspiration. So extended family will also continue to work on their higher selves as the twins come together in union, and the energy downloads that they're now being taught about to see the truth in all things. Inner strength produces outer trinity, chain reaction, the divine masculine in his masculine to the divine feminine in her masculine at that moment is blast off. So then I was called to the basic numbers in numerology, 1 through 9, because we're talking about specifically the numbers 3 to 6. So real quickly, because this was also a profound connection to all of this, and we're talking about support, stability, and the Holy Trinity, all right, because the triangle keeps coming up, the pyramid, which is the Holy Trinity. So the numbers 1 through 9. 1 is the masculine energy. This is a real brief explanation, and I'm going to tell you why in a moment. So 1 is the masculine energy, 2 is the feminine energy, 3 is the coming together of the masculine and the feminine, the social energy, the expressing yourself energy. It's that third energy, the inspiration, how you express your energies when they come together, when they combust. And then you get to the 4, which is about home stability and learning to manifest. Okay, it's structure. And then you have 5, which is about, okay, now that you have your happy home, what are we going to do for fun? So 5 is all about change and excitement, traveling, sex, anything that has to do with vacations and having fun or romance, that kind of thing. And then after that, you get to the 6, because now you need to rest after all that fun and come back to your daily duties of 6, which is about it's about love, family, and community, but it's also about taking care of each other, you know, your daily routine and your community. 7 is the spiritual number. Of course, all of you know about the 7. It's the number of God and faith and spirituality. but it's also the calm before the storm. So again, we have this combustion. When these things, the opposites come together, they combust. So the 7 is very quiet. It's when you go inward. It's that hermit time to be wise, and also the hangman, to see things from a different perspective. As you go into the 8 energy, which all of a sudden bursts out into manifestation, because now you're bursting into action. 8 is power, inner strength. It's sports, big business, all that kind of thing. So you're finding your power, literally. And that's the infinity. And can you keep it going? So now you have your loops of manifesting and repeating patterns. Are you going to repeat good patterns or bad patterns? And then when you're finished with all this power, because really power is an illusion, right? You get to the final number, which is 9, which is about universal selflessness and compassion. It's about service to others. It's universal oneness. Okay, and Spirit's connecting with me. So if you break these down, we've been dealing with our 1, 2, 3 energy, right? We've been dealing with the individuality of the masculine and the feminine, because that's all really about the self, right? You're focusing on yourself and your partnership. As you come together, you start to expand that to the 3 energy of socializing. So these are one group. We're going to divide them into 3, 3, and 3, okay, which is the day, 3, 3, and 3. We already got that. So this is all coming together. So the 3 is about the initial partnership, the twin flame union. But then what we're talking about in this read are the 4, 5, and 6, how the energy of the masculine and feminine now comes together to produce union, stability, teaching others to manifest. And then the 5, which is very necessary in here, like this is the 1, 2, 3 is the basis of this. You need the 4, 5, 6 to get to the 7, 8, 9, which leads me to the 1, 2, 3 is the 3D manifestation. The 4, 5, 6 is the 4D manifestation, the rainbow bridge. And then the 7, 8, 9 is the 5D manifestation, okay? Because they are more universal. The 1, 2, 3 is about self, and the 7, 8, 9 is about universal and the groups, the world, okay? So you need the 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6 act as that chain reaction. Okay, the 5 in the middle being that explosive, aggravating energy, right? That stirs up the 4 and the 5, the stability and the love. Okay, so it shakes it all up so that it explodes into 7, 8, 9, which is the universal oneness and the universal consciousness. So I felt like these energies really needed to be brought together in that sense. I was getting so many messages as I was going through this. I hope that helps you with understanding the numbers a little bit better. When you go into 10, 11, 12, because 12 is the actual culmination of the cycles, and the 10, 11, 12 are considered as higher octaves, just like in astrology. Like, Venus is Libra, but the higher octave of Venus is actually Taurus. So when you go from yourself into your universal consciousness, you go into the higher octave of things. And that's the 10, 11, 12, which is the wheel of fortune, destiny, and allowing, right? And then 11 of spirituality and just being that loving energy, into the 12, which is of wisdom. Okay. So I hope that's helpful for you. Please comment below. I would love to hear back what you get according to what I've gotten in my messages this morning. Very important. And if there's something I skipped over and forgot to explain, please let me know that too. Yeah, and thank you for listening. Thank you so much for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and your comments. I look forward to them every day. And I will talk again soon. The downloads are coming through very intensely. So be good to yourselves. Okay. The rain shall